Well, looks like I was kicked out of the Max Guild. Can't even wear the Max Cape. So, I guess it is time to master archaeology. Hey guys, welcome to my new series, Mastering Archaeology. This is going to be episode 1. And before I do start, I do want to say that I am going to be live streaming this series on Twitch. So make sure you follow me at Silenced RS. I will be putting a link to that in the description down below as well. So anyway guys, let's begin. So if you guys did watch my beginner archaeology guide, you will have seen the first few minutes of this video. So I will be putting a timestamp to the continuation of that in the description down below. But briefly, let's just go over a summary. So first off, I went with the archaeology tutorial. It was a really quick tutorial. Nothing really to say here. Then we moved on to Kharid-Et. Now Kharid-Et is the first dig site. And I gotta say, breaking through this wall and entering the depths of Kharid-Et was pretty satisfying. I actually spent quite a while in here. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to move over to the Infernal Source or just stay in Kharid-Et until it's done, but it seems like you move between dig sites relatively quickly. So as you can see, I did open the prison door and the code was Shadow, Blood, Smoke, and Ice. So put that combination in and you guys should be able to open the prison door, although you will need to get to 47 archaeology before you can actually do something in there. And so after going through Kharid-Et, we got a few artifacts completed. We're now up to 27 archaeology, so pretty good there. It's going pretty well. I'm getting a lot of artifacts completed. Almost have the first artifact collection for Kharid-Et completed, which will give me a nice Chronotes reward. So moving on to the Infernal Source. So I ended up going here next, and it seems like I should have went here a bit earlier. So I would advise you guys to come here a little bit earlier and don't wait till you get to 27 before coming here. But when you get here, you can open all these chests and you'll get some XP books. You'll also get some materials as well as the Crest of Dagon, which you can put on the fireplace to open up a trapdoor. Now, the last one you will have to excavate and restore yourself before putting it on the fireplace. But it shouldn't take too long, and then you will enter the next area in the Infernal Source. So entering the next area, it was pretty cool. There were a lot of bookshelves to search, so make sure you guys do search those because there are some rewards, XP rewards especially, in these bookshelves, so make sure you do that. And so once you enter the second level, you can do the archaeology excavation sites on the eastern side of this spot. So I did end up getting 33 archaeology here. You will need level 29 to be able to excavate here. And then you will need 36 when you go to the next spot, which is by the altar. So there we go. We have made it to level 35 archaeology. So we're doing pretty well so far. We ended up getting 4 of the pages. So next I decided to open up the portal. And for this portal, I showed you guys in my beginner guide how I got into it. Simply read the pages and then use the code listed on screen, starting from the left, then middle, then right candle. So when entering the third section of the Infernal Source, it looked absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to explore too much down here since I wasn't high enough level to actually do really much here. There are a lot of puzzles here, including some coins of Virgo, and there's also this teleport mechanic where you need to seem like solve puzzles to actually make them work or something. So it was pretty interesting. There's going to be a lot of puzzles coming when I do complete this, but you need around level 60 archaeology to start coming down here. So I just decided to head back up and go back the way I came, level up some more, and go on to the next excavation spot. So next I decided to go back to Kharid-Et, try and get a few more artifacts completed, and we ended up getting 40 archaeology here, so 2 more levels and we can go to Everlight. So before going to Everlight, I did want to just put this in here. So a lot of you guys have been asking how to make money off of archaeology, and you can actually make a ton of money from the skill so far. So just go to caches and collect the materials, and then you can sell them on the Grand Exchange. As you can see here, I'm selling these for over 50k each. This was around release date, so they wouldn't be as much now. But you can make a ton of money off of the materials, especially the higher level materials. So right now, the level 50 sort of materials, they are worth a ton. They're worth about 50 to 100k each. Earlier, I actually made 10 mil off of probably just an hour of gathering materials. So it is really insane the amount of money you can be making right now. So anyway, moving on, we are level 42 archaeology now, and we are entering Everlight, and this is where I ended off my just beginner guide and walkthrough. So essentially, now we're level 40. We are going to be spending most of the time on Everlight, excavating the dig sites there. There's also the prison room back in Kharid-Et. You are able to do that at level 47 archaeology, so we're pretty close to going back there and exploring the prison room. And so we did end up completing one of the collections. So we did get that requirement for the assistant qualification. And this actually allows me to upgrade my soil box to hold 100 soil instead of 50. And then also I can buy a material box which can hold 30 materials. Definitely go for the soil box, since you can just use your Grace of the Elves or Sign of Porters to send the materials directly to your bank. But anyway, this is a really good unlock. Another thing that we did unlock with this is the researchers, and a lot of you guys have been asking about this as well. So the researchers, as you probably know, it was like the ports, the player on ports. And what you can do, you can send them off to different dig sites, and they'll gather some materials from that specific dig site. So I have 2 researchers here, just the 2 basic ones. And you can just send it off wherever you want. So there's just a tutorial one. So I'll send them off and they'll just come back instantly for this first one. And then you just click claim here and you get some XP. Normally you will get some materials as well when you send them off and they come back. So overall it is pretty great. This is a nice thing to unlock. Try and get this early because you gets you some free XP and also some free materials just while you're out doing your business. So we ended up completing another artifact. We are up to 47 archaeology, and this means we can now enter the prison room and start excavating there, which is pretty exciting. Now first, I forgot to clip this part, but I did get some remains, and then I needed to bury it with a frying pan artifact. And so I did that, and I got some pretty good XP here. Since I didn't clip it, I just kind of wanted to explain that. If you guys get the remains on Everlight, you can just bury them with the pan artifact that you guys should be able to get pretty easily. And you'll just want to go bury him over here, just in that grave right there. And then you'll complete that task and get a ton of XP. And so next we headed back to the prison room. So we are going to be excavating here for a little bit to try and get all of the artifacts to go to that collection log. We are only going to be here for 1 level since the next excavation site unlocks at level 48 at Everlight. So hopefully we get those 2 artifacts quickly. And so we ended up getting both of them actually. It was pretty lucky. We only got 2, but we got each one, so that is really nice. Now I did see that you will need the pendant from this spot later on, and maybe the gear as well. So I would suggest just banking them. Don't actually cash them in. I'm pretty sure the pendant allows you to walk through one of the sort of force fields in that area. So make sure you keep that one for sure. And then the other thing, I think it is used in that area as well, but I will clarify that later on when I do actually go ahead and use it. Just for now, I'm going to store it in the bank just in case. And so our researchers did end up coming back. So we're going to see what they have here. So we're going to just claim this. So just click view report and then claim, and you get a bit of material, so it's not too bad. It doesn't look like we got anything too special, but it's all right because you don't really have to do anything. It does cost a little bit of chronotes, but it is always nice just to have a little bit extra materials, even the lower level materials, because it will be used on some high level stuff. So anyway, we are back. We are at Everlight, and we're on the new level 48 excavation site. So we're going to be looking for the artifacts here. There's 2 of them here as well. So hopefully we get both of those. And it looks like we did get pretty lucky. We got both of them again. So that is really nice. We are now up to level 49 archaeology. We're going to head back there since the next spot is unlocked at level 51. Now, I decided to take a little bit of a break from going for artifacts, and I just went to the material caches. I am going to be mining a bit of cobalt blue because it is selling for a pretty high price right now. So we're going to see what we can get out of that. And so we mined it for roughly 20 minutes. We did get some pretty good money out of it. So we mined 70 of them, and we ended up making 3.3 mil in about 20 minutes of work, which is nearly 10 mil per hour. So that's really great. Of course, the prices, they are going to be decreasing a little bit over the next few days since it is just the first day. Not many people have it unlocked, so that is something to keep into account. But again, another example of gathering materials from caches and making a ton of money off of them. And so we also ended up getting an archaeology daily task, so we're going to be cashing that in for some XP, and we ended up getting 50 archaeology out of this. So another huge milestone there. Really great for a first episode. Also, I'd like to mention that if you guys are trying to get an archaeology daily, you can toggle off all the skills you are maxed in. That way you can almost guarantee that you're going to get that archaeology daily. And so I went back to Everlight, and you'll never guess what I got. I got the new pet, Archie. Really crazy. I'm only at 100k XP, and I ended up getting the pet. I'm probably one of the first 100 people to get this pet. So that is really awesome to think about. The pet looks so great too, so I'm so happy that I got this pet. I know you guys might be a little bit jealous, but it is a little bit of lucky RNG that I end up getting, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Just look at this cute little guy. It's a pretty small guy, but I like him a lot, so we're going to call him in, and he's probably going to be following us around for the rest of this series. So it does look like that is a pretty good spot to end off the first episode. We also got one more archaeology level, so we are going to be finishing it with 51 archaeology. And the plan for the next few episodes, we're going to be grinding out some more of these levels. It does seem like it is going to take a lot longer just to level up each time now. So we'll see. We'll see when the next episode will be, but I am going to be playing lots. I'm not really in the race to be the top player to max archaeology, but I do plan on at least maxing pretty soon and getting that maxscape back. Anyway guys, that is it for episode 1 of Mastering Archaeology. I am going to be trying to upload episodes at least once per week for this series, and I'm going to have a lot of other archaeology content coming in the next few weeks. So if you are excited for some of that content, make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you follow my Twitch if you want to see me live streaming this series. And so I just wanted to finish off this episode by telling you guys my first impressions of this skill. So first off, I do really like it. There's so much new content to just try out, and that just makes it fun itself. The only downside about this skill so far, at least for me, is it does seem a bit grindy and it kind of AFK, which does take some of the fun out of it. But overall, I am just really liking it a lot. I'm hoping in the later levels, it's a little bit more exploring, more puzzles and stuff like that, because that kind of seems like it is the most exciting part about this skill. And as well, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this skill and what you think is the most exciting part about it. For me, it's definitely that exploration aspect. But again, let me know what you guys think. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed episode 1, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.